So these are the fog lights from my Ferrari 355. This one has been polished, and this one is how it came out the car, and I'm hoping that you'll be able to see just how stone chipped that lens is. And I want to show you how to polish, grind and polish a glass lens and bring a fog light back to life. I'm going to be using these diamond cutting discs, which I bought from an eBay seller, and they range from 50, 100, 150 all the way up to 3000. We use those one at a time to polish up the surface of the glass. Which grade you start with depends on how many stone chips and how big the stone chips are you have in your glass. So I'm going to skip on this lens, I think, to start with 500, and hopefully that will be just the right grade. I've got a little squirter, that's just water, and we've got to keep this lubricated. Now what you want to do, of course, is to keep the head moving and not settle in one place. When you see it dry, a little bit of a squirt, and you'll see when you break the surface. By breaking the surface, I mean actually take the gloss off it and actually start cutting into it. And you keep doing that until you can see that you've taken all the big stone chips out. So we've still got some there. We're going to work that for a little bit. You can see it drying there, so just another little squirt. Keep it wet. Make sure the glass doesn't overheat. If the glass overheats in one place, then you could crack the glass. You can see here there's still a stone chip there, so without standing still you want to work the area until that stone chip disappears, and do that all over. You can see now how it has a frosted effect. There we are. So we've broken the gloss of the surface, and we're going to get all these stone chips out with the 500. So after about 10 minutes of grinding, I think I've got all the stone chips out. And whilst it would have been quicker with a coarser grade than 500, by using 500 I haven't got great big scratches, which is going to take a lot longer to get out. So we've got now a frosted finish, and all the stone chips are gone. Now I'm going to work my way up through the grades: 800, 1000, 1500, 2000, 3000. Now you've got to make sure you don't skimp on the amount of time you spend on each grade, because by the time you get to the 3000, if you see scratches that are from the very deep scratches from the 300, 500 range, or even deeper, then you're going to have to start the process all over again. So at least 5 minutes on each grade for a light of this size. course it's essential to make sure that you've got your work clamped to some kind of a bench, or in this case a workmate, to make sure that it's held securely. It's not too bad with this particular fog light, but it was quite tricky with the lights off my Fiat Coupe, which I had to find a way of wedging them in, and finally managed to do that. I have found with these discs that if you just peel them back like this, you're bending them so much it's breaking the bond between the cutting disc and the Velcro back. So I just slip a knife between the two, and I hope that that means the disc is going to last longer. Right, I'm on the 1500 now, and every time you change discs, have a good look at the surface to see if the scratches are down to the grade that you've been working with. Instead of a drill, you could use an orbital polisher like this one, but unfortunately the only pad I've got is larger than the disc itself, so that sort of brings me clashing in down at the bottom there, but I can have a go at the top half there. That works very well indeed. I'm now on the 3000 grade, and we're getting nearly to clear glass, polished glass, but we're not actually going to do that with the diamond discs. If it's possible to actually open up the back of the light, then you can polish the inside of the glass. This is a good idea, because then you can really see whether the marks and the dirt, whether they're on the inside or the outside. And of course, if you've got a totally clean inside, and you won't be trying to polish off dirt that's not there. There we go. And we've got this adjuster to consider. There we are, and it pops. There's the rubber seal. Just make sure that that doesn't come off, so I know it's the right way up. There we go. Now I'm going to clean the inside of the glass. And also, when you look through the glass from the inside, you'll be able to see more clearly whether you've got rid of all the scratches. In fact, I can see down there we've still got quite a few scratches, but well, that just comes apart. I give that a polish on both sides, and we can see, clean the inside, and we can see what we're doing with the outside. I've been through all the diamond cutting grades up to 3000, and it's still not as good as it's going to be. The next stage is to rub it with a solution of cerium oxide powder. For the final polish up, we're going to mix up some of this oxide powder. So some of the powder, just a drip of water to make a paste. Shouldn't need much. There we go. So now we're going to do the final polish with cerium oxide paste, and this is a felt pad that came with the cerium oxide as part of a kit. So I just dip it in the tub, don't need very much, spin it out, and then I'm going to work this for a full 10 minutes. As the paste dries out, just give it a little spritz. Just keep working and working that over and over. Keep the head moving and persevere. Just be patient. It will come up beautiful. And there we have it. After 10 minutes of polishing, absolute beautiful mirror finish. And the best way to see if we've got it absolutely perfect is to look from behind. And I think that's going to be quite difficult to see on video, but there we go. Scratch free.